All right, what do I have? Oh my goodness, I have you hidden. What did I do? There we go. Sorry. Apologize for that. I am Dory with Prairie Scraps, and I'm on YouTube and Facebook. And I apologize for all that noise because here they come. Round two, round three. You know, it's just going to happen that way. Oh, shoot. Okay, we are here. If you are coming in, make sure that you say hello. I apologize. Jeez, I don't know why we are going in and out, in and out. Hopefully, we can stay on. Hopefully, I can see comments. So please do what you can to tell me you're here. Tell me how your weather is. Have you started your summer activities yet? We're going to do something fun today, something new, brand new. I have never, ever done this before. So you're going to witness possibly a huge mess. Who knows? Who knows, right? You just never know what you're going to get over here at Prairie Scraps. Like I said, my name is Dory Joe. If you see that red live button, you are watching me live. Hey, Jackie, good to see you. If you see that red button, you are live. Just make sure you say hello. Tell me how you're doing. And then if you don't, put hashtag replay. You're watching on the replay, which is totally fine. Everybody has something going on, especially in the middle of the day. Like it's 3 o'clock here. I'm in Pacific time. We are going to do some burning gel. I have never, ever done it. I have had all the materials to make my own burning gel on hand now. Hey, good to see you. I've had these that I don't know if you guys do this, but you like get in your mind you have to do a craft project and then you buy everything for it. And then there it sits. And like here, I have to order it online, right? It doesn't matter, or we have to go farther away. So sometimes I lose steam by the time I get all the craft projects brought out. So I would say over a year ago, I was all inspired to do burning gel, my own burning gel. And yep, I bought everything to make it. And it has sat in the crafting camper for a long time now. A long time. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the process. I did, and like I said, this is my first time. My neighbor was over. She was like, I'm curious to know how you do this. So she was kind of here helping me out and encouraging me, maybe goading me a little bit. So while I was mixing this up, but basically what you do is and I forgot to grab, I have a spoon. Okay. So you use this thicket. It's a thickener that you use for food, and it's not so cheap. So if you're local and want some thicket, just let me know and I will get you a Ziploc bag of it because I have a lot. I just opened this, so it's totally fresh. And then the other part of it that you need is it's called ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride. So it's kind of a science experiment. So what I did was I actually halved the recipe. I used 2 tablespoons of the thicket and a teaspoon and a half of this ammonium chloride and used one of our old paste jars, put it in there, and then did a 1/4 cup or 1/8 of a cup of water. And I ended up adding quite a bit more water. It got really thick really fast. So my advice would be to maybe start with a tablespoon of the thicket and then just mix it until you see the consistency that you need. So that is what I did. And the reason it looks yellow, it actually is a very clear gel. And I mixed in yellow food coloring because we have tons of it. Don't ask me why. I guess we don't use yellow very often. So all the red and green and blue is completely gone. And I just have yellow. So I have a big bottle of it and a little bottle of it. So I went ahead and put yellow in so I can see it. So that's what I came up with. This is a burning gel. And it's your homemade DIY version of it. So I thought I would give it a try. This is one of those Pinterest tries, right? We all love that. So that is what we're going to try to do. And I'm going to try hard not to burn myself and not to like make a mess or burn the camper down. That would be terrible. We won't even talk about that, will we? I'm actually kind of sweating about this. I mixed this all up. It said to use proper safety gear. When you mix it up, I kept mixing in more water and I used a plastic knife to mix it up. So you want to make sure you have like rubber gloves, when you use the gel and mix it up, which I use my bare hands. I don't think I got any on myself, and I definitely didn't feel any burning sensation. So, but don't do what I did. Just do what I say. Use your proper safety gear. And then we'll be using a little bit more safetyness as we get further along in this project. So my goal ultimately is I have a project in mind. So stay tuned. If this works out, I want to use these wood rounds. They're pine wood ornaments, DIY ones. They were a 5-piece that I got at Michael's. I think I got 90% off, and they were originally $12.99. So I don't know. That would be $1.30 for 5 of them. Not too bad, I don't think. I would never pay $12.99 for this many. They are black, like kind of blackboard, chalkboard on one side, but they're plain on the other. I was thinking they were plain on both sides. But I would like to burn Idaho's on here, the state of Idaho. And we have a transfer that has the United States one. I was going to try to do that. But first, I want to try to use something. So this is where the Thrifty comes in. This is Thrifty Thursdays, except on Friday. And I got this little cutting board at a thrift store for 50 cents. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the smoother. It actually says Tillamook on the end. That's probably burned on there too. But anyway, I could take like a sand, thing and sand that off. And I really should probably have taken off the rough edges, but like I said, this is going to be kind of my trial little cutting board. I wanted to use this first because it's thicker, and I thought I'd be less likely. So I haven't even decided what to use on it. So you guys are here along for the ride today. I was kind of thinking where the flowers, but then I don't know. Maybe it'd be cute to do something farmhousey. I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking through here. This is my binder of my transfers, my B-size transfers. The 8.5 by 11s fit perfectly into these art portfolios. So that's what I like to use. And I want to get something that's this size. I'm kind of liking the farmer's market. I think it would fit. It would give me a chance, you know what I mean? Like to do this farmer's market with the chicken. This is one that's made for our tiered tray. It's called the oh boy, can I read? The Chick Inn. But I think this farmer's market, what is on there? Did I already do damage or something? I don't know. There's something. I want to make sure there's nothing on here. Just looks like a little white paint. Anyway, I've had this board sitting around totally with the idea of doing this. Probably for almost a year, if you must know. I actually have a few. Whenever I see a cutting board at the thrift stores, I do save them. So anyway, kind of thinking about doing this. And then maybe using this buffalo check. I kind of like the buffalo check. Ooh, I haven't even used that yet. Right below it. And the thing that I'm thinking is that because it's burned in there, it's, permanently burned into the wood surface. You can only do this on wood. I think I did read something or hear something about that if you can do it on metal, it'll do the metal as well. But I think I want to use this buffalo check down here. Got it a little wet. So hopefully, anybody got any big plans for the weekend? What are you doing this weekend, Jackie? You got grandkid things or anything exciting? I think I'm going to do half of it here on the bottom. And then I will do, yeah, that's almost like perfect. And then I will do this right above it. And you want to place this down before you put you're going to want gloves to do this. Before you put your gloves down. So I'm just going to put the transfers on there, and I'm just going to do this, I think, on the bottom. I was thinking about on the top too, but I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm afraid that if I start peeling off and redoing and stuff like that, oh goodness, this has actually got like little pieces of fuzz on the back. So we're going to get those off of there because we don't want it to smear. No smearing. All right. That in, oh, I need this. I'm going to stick it back on there, and then this will wash off in the sink with water, but you want to be very careful again. All right. Oofda. That thing's wet. I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to start sweating because this is making me nervous. Get my hubby to pick a place for Father's Day outing. Yes. I think, thankfully, my husband is not watching. I hope he's not anyway, but I think we're surprising him with a fishing day. Father's Day is Friday or Sunday. Friday. Today is Friday. Father's Day is Sunday. I don't even know why I said that. That was crazy. Okay. So this is how I have it on here. I'm going to do this bottom part and then do this. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know. This is all one great big experiment for me. I've seen people do it. I've, definitely watched enough videos to feel like I should have done it, but and like I said, I've been pondering this for over a year because I actually ordered this materials in from Amazon. I got those materials. That was the only place I knew to get them. I don't know where else you could get ammonium chloride. Hey, Amber. Oh, yummy. I'll be over for dinner, right? Strawberry shortcake for dinner is the most amazing. All right, I'm going to put some gloves on. I forgot to put gloves on when we were making this before. Shame on me, right? I'll try to do this safely this time. Oh my goodness, these are ginormous. What size are these? I guess they're medium. Okay, they look ginormous to me. Hopefully we won't burn anything. Remember, I mixed the whole thing up. I don't have any, like my hands don't hurt any worse than before. And I wanted to keep it in one of our old paste jars because I wanted to be able to use this again. So it's not too bad, actually. These were those Dollar Tree gloves. So we'll see how they work. All right, get our little squeegee out. The nice thing is you don't have to really decide on colors because we're going to burn it. All right, get that down really nice and good. Let's see how it goes. This is it. Drum roll, please. I think I'm just going to take it up just like you would. See how that looks? It's kind of like a jelly type thing. And I'm just going to put it on here. Hopefully we don't ruin a transfer. It would make me very sad. So I'm going to make sure it's nice and thick. I think you don't have to worry about it drying is what I have heard, but you'll learn it here. The great thing about watching me do it first is that you'll get to learn from my mistakes because I'll probably definitely make some. It was very thick from that recipe. I used a 1/4 cup of water. I would start with a tablespoon of the thicket and 3/4 of a teaspoon of the ammonium chloride. I'm just trying to make sure it gets nice and coated because I don't want it to. It would be sad to have half of it burn and not the other half. I would be sad about that. And I could kind of see like it looks like wood through where it's not very thick. There we go. All right, I'm going to put everything back in there, shut that up, put this aside here. Try not to get it everywhere. That's the key. And then I don't think I even really have it on the glove. So we're doing good so far. Okay, so I'm going to peel off this one because I can grab it. And then try not to touch it. I can actually really see that on there, so I'm kind of excited. So far, so good. And I want to put this back on the backing, and I will take that in right away and get this out of my way and then wash that really nice, really well. So that I'm setting aside out of my way, and then I'm going to take my wipe and wipe my hands with the gloves because I want to be able to take these off and set them aside and not have it burn anything. But I will hold this up for you. Put this away. All right. Show you this. You can totally see it. It's a good thing I put that yellow in because you could see where like the clear gel might cause you to not be able to see it. I know, it's nice, isn't it? Okay, I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that right now. All right, so now comes the dangerous part. I almost, the heat, right? All right, so I'm using a baking rack to give me a little bit of a heat barrier. And then I'm using a Silpat mat. And it's, you know, one that we've had in the kitchen. And you could see some point, somebody didn't get this very clean the last time we washed. It just gives me like a heat barrier. I've seen people use like a nice thick wood cutting board. So we're going to see how this works. And then I've got the industrial heat tool from my husband. As you can see, it's very dirty, but we're going to keep moving it over it. And whoop, there it goes. I'm like, whoo! I was wondering if I had enough electricity to run it here, because sometimes my electricity is shady at best, and this might use more watts than I have. And I want to keep moving it because if you don't, it can burn. Ooh, there it goes. I'm going to get my spray bottle available, as you were reminding me earlier. Just keep moving it. It's hot. Maybe doing this outside is a good idea. It's hard to film out there, especially. Ooh. Don't light your things on fire. I could see like little bubbles. I don't know. It's kind of scary. I think, you know, if I'm doing this not on camera, ooh, there it goes. Oh, I'm excited. That's pretty exciting. I think if I wasn't doing this on camera, I would totally do this outside just to be safe and make sure it's not fire season. Like we don't have a very dry area right now, so this might be a good time to do it. The cool thing about this is I think that once you burn this, you could totally use this for food. You know, you could just use like a sealant for food grade if you wanted to, or oil or whatever. And you're not, obviously it needs to get to like a certain temperature before it burns it. Woo! Look at that. It happens fast. I can see why people have burned around their edges. I've seen people like get really blurry pictures, and it's basically because it burns the wood around it. But this is working fantastic. I'm really excited. You guys, this is fun. We did it. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. I can see where it's set. Okay, turn off. No. How hot is that? And am I going to melt something? No. Whoa. All my cords just fell. I'm going to unplug that. Actually, that cord is pretty hot too. Okay. That was pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited. You saw it here first, right? It actually, this is pretty hot, this little rock here. But isn't that the cutest? It does have a little burn around it. So, you know, I think it takes a little bit of a trick, but I do think this is very adorable. What do you guys think? I'm excited. I'm pretty excited. I think it's pretty cool. Talk about reusing a surface, right? I'm not even going to touch it. I'm going to be really good. But I think it's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Cute, cute, right? 50 cents, that little cutting board. Seriously, I think that was fun. I wonder now, so I'll have to experiment around. Like I said, I've got these little wood rounds I'd like to do. I definitely, it has a little bit of a burnt smell, but not a chemical smell. So that's the good news about it. It's not very highly toxic, although they said, be in a well ventilated area when you do it. But I think it's really super cute. Anyway, that's it. That was such a fun 50-cent project. So cute, isn't it? And so much detail. Like you couldn't do that with a stencil. You could not, do that burn gel like that. It wouldn't be that good. So all I have to do is wash it off my transfer and we are good to go. But I think it is super, super cute. I'll probably put a little bow around the top side of this. And I don't know, I might put a little bit of oil on it so that it brings out the color. Maybe a wax, I don't know, food safe, something to bring out the colors. But I think it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited. So thank you so much for joining me. That is all I have. Like I said, I apologize for not being here yesterday, but I did have a doctor's appointment about 4.5 hours away, and everything went pretty well. More testing, so I don't know anything yet. So that's kind of the bottom line. But I am excited that this worked out. It wasn't worth the stall. It wasn't worth the stall. I should have just done it to begin with. So there is that. I appreciate y'all joining me. Make sure that you have a very blessed weekend. Spoil your fathers this weekend. And we will see you. Keep on crafting.